Welcome to Sharing My Truth with Mel and Suzie, the uncensored version, where we bear it all.
We do.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, hello everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Welcome back to Sharing My Truth Pod. I'm Suzie. I'm here with my good friend Mel, my Gen X bestie. Happy June, everyone. It's Pride Month, goddammit. We're having a goddamn gay old time. Hi, babes. How are ya?
Hello, darling. I'm fine.
And I just want to take a moment to say, don't forget to follow and subscribe to our podcast and our social media at Sharing My Truth Pod. And leave this podcast a little cute review because we love ya.
We do.
So what's going on, Mel?
What is going on?
You went to the dentist. You're really upset about it?
I hate the dentist. It's so bloody expensive. And then they keep telling you to come back. I hate it.
They do. They're like, come back every 3 months. I was like, with another $300 from the sky?
I know. And then somebody who will remain nameless, Suzie, do you have to go to the dentist a lot because you're English? Oh, you've got shit teeth. I was like,
That's the thing.
I've never heard that before.
It's true. It's in your genes, no?
No.
You're fucking mad at me. That's really funny. Well, it'd be better if your dentist was hot.
Yeah. No.
I had a hot dentist when I lived back in Edmontonia, and she was so hot. She was
Really?
like going to be a Victoria's Secret model, but then her parents wanted her to go
Oh
to
my God.
dentist school.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck are
That's
you
a bit of
doing
a-
here?
that's
She
a-
was so hot.
Well, it's kind of guaranteed income, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, you
I
know.
was like, you could be a Victoria's Secret model. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
I'll tell you, this is the last thing I'm going to say about the
Go ahead.
dentist because it has nothing to do with the episode.
I don't care.
But I was thinking about this today. Why I couldn't be a dentist or, in fact, a hygienist is the spit. It's like that is just so repulsive to me.
Some people like the spit. I like when they tell me. They're like,
Well, I was
"Suzie,
thinking
spit.
about that. You'll be
Suzie,
proud of
swallow."
me. I was thinking about that as you have spit in your mouth and
Yeah.
they're sort of rummaging around. I'm thinking, is this like some weird sex thing that
Yes.
dentists like spit? Do you think that's what it is?
I don't think they like spit. I think they like to tell people when to swallow.
Anyway, that was my thought of the day.
You know, they have this thing in your mouth and they're like, you know, jamming it in there. There's a couple people around. They're all holding your mouth open. It's a little gangbanging. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you that I've never thought about that before, but because I know you,
So-
it came to my mind.
That's exactly what I
was like,
want in my life.
This is what Suzie would think about this situation.
I have. And I have, darling. But we're going to get right into the pod now.
We are.
And I said it's Pride Month. It's June. We're happy. We're gay about it. I have a little gay dog. He's pretty excited about it. He's going to come to the Pride Parade with me this
he
year, I
is.
think. I'm going to dress him up in a little, BDSM outfit or something. It's going to be really cute.
Wow.
Yeah, a little leather harness or something.
Right. Well, why not?
The cute ones. You know the
Okay.
one he has? It's a cute little leather harness.
Oh, right.
But
Yeah.
it looks very BDSM if you're in Pride Month.
I suppose, yes, it could be. I've not really thought about it that intently.
No, of
but
course
yeah.
not, but obviously I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, obviously you have. Yes.
But yeah, so it's Pride Month. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm a bisexual woman.
Mhm. Yes.
And so it's my 1 month of the year where I can be proud about it. Obviously, the
Just
rest
the
of
1 month?
the rest of the 11 month, I have to feel immense shame about myself.
Right.
So we get this
Okay.
1 month out of the
Yes.
year, and everyone's mad about it.
Yeah, everyone is a bit mad about it, aren't
But
they?
you can, it's the 1 month of the year that you can fuck whoever you want.
Wow, really?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Well, no, but I have now, and it doesn't surprise me that you're the person who told me.
I mean, if anyone's doing it, it's you, Mel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Like a rabbit, I am.
You are. You're gonna come to the Pride Parade with me. There's gonna be all the gays.
all the gays.
They love you.
That's like that. Yeah, it's like that show. What's the Jennifer Coolidge? What
Yeah,
is it
these
she
gays are
says?
trying to kill
Yeah,
me.
exactly. I did actually go to
Oh,
Pride
that's-
last year, but it is a bit like there's just so many people.
Yeah.
And it's so kind of hectic.
A lot of dicks out. A lot of tits out.
Yeah, I suppose I didn't really think about that. But it's like everyone's been, and they're like so tired by the end of the day. It's like
Yeah.
very intense, isn't it?
It's very intense because there's so much energy and then you're dancing.
Yeah.
You're on tables,
But hey, fun, yeah.
drinking.
But, we'll see if I make it there. this
I'm
year.
going to at least take you to a drag show.
But I love drag shows. That was I was telling you this earlier. I used to, when I was in my heyday of clubbing, that was my favorite kind of clubs, were drag clubs. I just loved them.
And London has the best, or one of the
London
best
and Paris. I used
scenes.
to go to them in Paris.
Yeah.
And they were amazing. Just amazing.
Oh my God.
And then, also you would go to those clubs and you just feel much safer.
Yeah, because there's no men there to fucking
Exactly.
put a roofie in
You
your
just
drink or
have
something.
A good old boogie.
Oh God, I love a
And
boogie.
that was it. You didn't have to worry about.
You just have these cute little
Weirdos.
gay men telling you you're pretty, and that's
No.
all I want in my entire life.
Absolutely. I mean, drag is actually like popular in England. Like we have
Yeah.
this weird thing. Like I think it's a lot more normalized in a way. I don't know what it is, because also in the UK for like decades we've had a lot of gay TV presenters. It's like totally normalized. It's not like the
I love
States where
that.
everyone. It's like weird. It's just not a weird thing. We just don't really think about it.
Yeah,
And it's quite different that way. So like the drag scene is I think is quite big. I mean, I haven't been for a long time or
yeah.
got involved with it for a long time, but
I mean, that's so interesting to say because obviously drag's a lot of fashion.
Yeah.
Obviously.
yeah,
And I mean, if you think about the old London, in the 70s and stuff, they were all wearing platform shoes.
yeah,
And all the men were too.
absolutely, completely wild.
So yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously had to start from somewhere.
Absolutely, yeah,
But I was taking polls on my Instagram today.
you were.
And it was Pride theme poll day. And I had some pretty good questions, and I had some even better answers to some of these polls. So do you want to hear them?
I
Mel?
do.
Okay, so the first question I had on my poll was if anyone has ever had some sexy feelings for the same sex.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously these answers will most likely change in the next 24 hours once, more and more people are voting. But if you've ever had sexy feelings for the same sex, deaths be gay. So yes, obviously someone has had feelings for the same sex. They've never had feelings for the same sex. Here and there, so they're a little bi, or just love everyone. Who cares?
Right.
And those are the three options or four options.
So what's the most?
So the most, which is honestly very surprising to me, was never, and they're very straight.
But do you think that's people answering that because
They're
that's what they
worried?
think they should answer, not
think
what
so.
they actually? I mean, it seems odd why you bother to answer the right thing.
It's just so interesting to me because I obviously like most people in the world are straight, but
Yeah. The vast majority. However, if you go with the Kinsey scale,
yes,
there's obviously which was about gay men, not about women.
Really?
I believe so. I could be wrong. Am I wrong?
I thought it was just everyone.
I think his initial research was
Oh.
about gay men, and I'm sorry if I've got that wrong, but I think that's correct. But the sort of levels, but it's really all about the fact that nobody is 100% anything. Everyone's kind of
in the gray.
and there are levels, and also particularly, I know there's a lot of research being done about women and how their sexuality can ebb and flow, and in fact there are much more bisexual women than there are men. And I will find all these statistics and put them in the blog, but that's supposedly a fact, which does make sense to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think once more women vote on this particular one,
Yeah.
I think it actually might be a very different number by like tomorrow
Yeah, because maybe
morning.
it's men saying that. Because I think with men, maybe it's a lot more black and white.
Yeah.
They think it should be a lot more black and white.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily is, but I think men still have a lot of hang-ups
Yeah.
about the idea of being accused of being gay if they're straight. They don't have anything against gay men, but them being accused of being gay. Whereas women, I don't think we really care. I don't care.
No.
So I think it's different, isn't it?
I think it's just like, the patriarchy and trying to keep men down.
Sure. keep men down or keep what?
But both.
Oh, I
Because, but
see.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, just because men have to be manly,
Yeah, 100%.
right?
100%.
All of these
Yeah.
super
It's very-
toxic
it's very-
masculinity.
I think it's very difficult for men. I mean, it goes to like if a man ever has like a thought about another man.
Yeah.
I mean, and he is heterosexual, has lived his whole life heterosexual, feels heterosexual, has never been confused about it. I mean, it freaks them out.
Yeah.
Completely freaks them out. Rather than going, I'm just a human and we have different thoughts. It doesn't necessarily mean anything.
No.
But it can freak them out. But I think you're right. It's very societal. We're still very hung up on this thing.
Very.
Whereas for generations now, it's lesbianism or bisexuality in women is far more acceptable, which is really strange and hypocritical. But I think it's all to do with it's just visually.
I think it's more
nicer.
acceptable, except for
The idea
when-
is nicer.
The idea is
I think
nicer,
the idea
but
is nicer to
except
people.
for when a butch lesbian comes along and everyone's like, I don't want to see that.
100%.
So it's like for sure,
100%.
it's sexy once two hot
Hot
bi
girls in-
women are
in high
fucking
heels and big
yeah.
boobs. Yeah.
And it's
100%.
like if a woman's just trying to be a fucking butch lesbian, you're like,
So you can
don't
still
show me
say
that.
butch.
Sure, I can fucking say butch. I'm bi.
Oh, but I can't say.
I don't know.
Sorry, we'll just take that bit out.
Why can't you say butch?
I thought that wasn't cool. I thought you had to say mask and femme, which to
I
me,
don't fucking
to me
care.
is much more descriptive. That makes a lot
Mask
of
and
sense.
femme.
Isn't that
And
right?
butch and what? Twink?
No, twink's boys though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I've no idea.
I think femme is
But-
still fine.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm saying butch. I don't fucking care. You guys can.
she's gonna say.
You
It.
guys can
I'm not
chill.
gonna say it again. Now.
Okay, so next question I asked was, is a guy gay
Mhm.
if he gets oral from a man?
I don't think that defines him being gay. I mean, there is, I suppose, a higher probability if he liked that, wanted that, sought that out, and had that, then
Yeah.
he's probably
Gay.
gay or bisexual. But I mean,
Yeah.
if he did it once, there is also the possibility it was an experience, and that
Yes.
definitely there's a huge difference between lifestyle and experience. That doesn't definitely mean you're gay. No.
Okay, so do you want to hear what everyone else said?
Mm.
60% said obviously,
Wow,
20% said not really, and 20% said I don't know.
that's very old fashioned.
So I think I don't know. Like it's weird because it's like if gay guys love straight men. They
Mhm.
love to hook up with straight men. I
Absolutely.
don't know what it is exactly about it. I'm not a gay man, but I understand the appeal. Straight men are fucking hot. They're
that's what it
rolling around with
is.
their dicks out. They're
rolling
confident.
around with their dicks out. Where are they rolling around with their dicks out?
Everywhere, And so, like, if a gay guy is getting drunk with a bunch of straight guys or whatever happens, and they're all having a couple drinks, and the gay guy wants to fuck one of these straight guys, maybe the straight guy's going to be a little more loosey-goosey with his pants.
He might be.
So I think, if that straight guy let this gay guy give him head.
I mean, if he shut his eyes, he wouldn't know, would he?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like glory holes.
Yeah, and in prison,
And in prison.
I mean,
That's
I
very
don't
interesting
know
you say that.
anything about prison other than that's what you see.
Sure, Mel. Whatever you say, darling. I don't know your life. Your past.
My past, yeah. My past in, yeah,
prison.
Mexican security. And, yeah.
And they let you out. Jesus. Okay, next question. Have you ever had anyone come out to you? So that
Me?
means, yeah. So like,
Oh, you're sorry, you're asking.
no. So it was in the poll, but like, has anyone ever come out to you as like, whether you were the first person or just a person that they trusted to telling?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I have one of my first cousins is gay. My mum's cousin is a lesbian. I have an uncle who's gay. I have a nephew who's non-binary. I have another cousin who's actually transgender female. So it's not in my family. Nobody
I love that.
is surprised by that. So it's not like a huge thing. And I
Mhm.
don't think it's anything to do with my family. It's just to do with the fact that nobody was particularly hung up about it, so
Yeah.
people could live their life and love who they wanted to love. So yes, I think I have had people say it to me, but it wouldn't shock me. So I wouldn't be, and I do find it very hard to get my head around why you would have a problem or why you would be shocked by that.
I know. It's so like, I've had a couple people open up to me because I've opened up to myself to like,
Right.
and like publicly just saying I'm bi. And so I think that's helped I've had a lot of women and other girls like message me on Instagram being like, thank you so much for being open about this. Like
Yeah.
I'm bi too. And it was
Yeah.
like, it's pretty amazing. Like once you start just being okay with yourself and making other people feel like it's okay to be themselves around you or to trust you.
I think that's
it's fucking amazing.
Hugely important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So 42% said, I have.
Mhm.
So if someone has opened up to them and they love them so much. 8% said, I have had someone, but it was awkward. 15% said, don't know any gays. So we don't know those. We don't know any of those 15%. And 35% said, haven't yet. So maybe they just need to be more trusted in the gay community
Maybe.
for someone to open up to them.
I find it interesting that people would say it was awkward.
I know.
Because I don't understand, why is that awkward?
Maybe it's a family member or something. Because sometimes that can be awkward, honestly. Like if you're not kind of, or you're, I don't know. Like not for me, that would be awkward, but I don't know. Maybe like a cousin who's like coming out and it's at Christmas dinner.
Yeah. Well,
it could be a comedy, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that could be awkward if everyone else was, but not.
You haven't had enough drinks in you know?
Yeah.
The whole shebang bang bong.
Anyway.
Have you ever been to a pride celebration or parade? Obviously we have.
Yes.
So 8% said, every chance I get. It's not that high. 54% said they've never been. And 38% said once in a while.
Yeah, but I wonder, if the people who said I've never been, if they feel in some way that they want to go, but they should, or they're not, it's not their place to go, or whatever. I don't know. The other thing is obviously most pride events or whatever, like the one in Toronto, which is obviously huge, or other big cities, are very, very big in the center of big cities. And they're very big and they're very overwhelming, and maybe that's an issue, but I don't know. Or maybe just people feel, I don't know, I have no idea, but maybe they just feel that it's not their community and therefore they shouldn't be going, which is in fact not the truth, but that's possible.
Pride is for everyone.
Absolutely.
I think that's what people don't understand.
Think that it's not, that it's that it's not, they're not part of that community, therefore they shouldn't be there, which is not the case at all.
No, it's like it's such an accepting community. It's accepting if you're straight. No one fucking cares. It's like it's just LGBTQ plus AI, whatever the fuck you are, with a bunch of allies who are there and celebrating. And obviously, pride is still, especially what we're seeing in our neighbor America, Lady America. That pride is still like a protest. In its core, like, and I didn't ever think that this was gonna become back to Stonewall and all these other things that gay people have fought for. And I can't believe we're going so backwards in the U.S.
Yeah, but I actually think there's a lot of people everywhere who are bigoted. I think it happens to be much more talked about in the US, but I think I certainly don't know people in Canada or in the UK really, but I definitely think there's a huge contingent of people who are not accepting. Maybe that'll change when the sort of older generations, and the newer generations.
Because Gen X is like, I mean, not Gen X, Gen Z is like a fucking powerhouse, and there's a lot of them, and they're all fucking gay. So, or like, you know what I mean? Like they're extremely accepting people, a lot of them. And it's just so sad to see a lot of Gen Xers, be extremely just...
I think it's more boomers. I don't think it's Gen Xers.
I think a lot of boomers are retired. Gen Xers are still the ones that are pushing this non-gay agenda.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Obviously, Mel, you're one of our allies. We love you so much,
absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think there are a lot of people with very weird ideas and who are bigoted and prejudiced about all sorts of things, and it's desperately sad. And I think we also live in very confusing times where there's so much narrative and so much conversation about so many different things that people are disagreeing just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And it's very confusing.
My God, totally.
And rather than I wish the conversation was just about the fact that, I truly personally believe, and I've always said this to my children, that love really is love. It's hard enough to find somebody to love. If you then say, no, well, you can't love that person because you're a man and they're a man, and you can't love that person because you're a woman, they're a woman, or whatever the hell it is, that I just can't wrap my head around that, because I think that if you're adults and you love each other and you want to be with each other, well, I really can't see. I really find it difficult to understand what the issue is.
Yeah.
But I know lots of people do have an issue with that. And also just to be accepting, just to let people live.
Yeah.
Whether it's me living my little straight life
Yes,
or whoever, my monogamous.
Yes, monogamous.
E&M little straight life.
Mm-hmm.
Or the next person doing whatever they're doing. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's completely fine. I'm doing what I'm doing. You're doing what you're doing. All power to you, all power to me. Let's just get along.
Yes.
Where's the problem?
Why can't we just be
But I think
accepting of
there is
literally
so
what everyone's
much
decisions?
anger and rage from all sides, and I really hope it passes, but I think it's going to take a very long time, to be honest with you. But one good thing I would say, talking about my generation, is things are definitely better now,
Yes.
whatever you think, than they were 20, 30, 40 years ago. I mean, the fact that you can marry legally, the fact that, it's horrific, like people who in the sort of 60s, who, if they were in relationships, particularly gay men, who had to hide or had to, I mean, it's just, do you imagine that they went to prison?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just bananas.
I mean, there's still countries that are like
Of
that,
course.
obviously.
But but I think that's the thing that we don't understand in the West.
Yeah.
Most countries are like that. A lot of African countries, a lot of cultures in the Middle East, it is not allowed.
Yeah.
And this is a Western phenomenon that we're being more progressive about this, and we still have a long way to go. But there is a lot of hatred, and it's incredibly difficult.
And it's all to do with religion. Anyways, let's
On to the next poll.
on to the next poll. Have you ever worried about people thinking you're gay? 11% said sometimes. 9% said all the time, maybe because they are gay. 80% said never.
Well, I've never worried about it, but I have had a lot of, what's the word? Women flirt with me.
Yeah, because you're adorable.
I'm so adorable.
You're so adorable.
But I can't see why you'd possibly worry about it. However, I think a lot of men, it's a hang up for men. I think also, you're right, a lot of Gen X men, because of the way they were raised.
Exactly, and it's so sad.
Because of the environment, it was very hard. Any sort of mention of, men being gay in you were heterosexual is very hard. In fact, I just watched a documentary on Netflix about Andy Warhol, the favorite who is my husband's favorite artist.
Really?
Yeah, he loves Andy Warhol. And we went to because Andy Warhol was from Pittsburgh, so we went a couple of years ago. The museum is amazing, and he is such an interesting character, but so clearly so tortured, so tormented.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how the documentary talks a lot about, obviously he was gay, and that sort of life in New York in the 60s, 70s, 80s, the scene, Studio 54, all that sort of stuff. But the museum doesn't really
Get into that.
No, and you think, is this and now I'm trying to think about it, but I can't really think that. I mean, obviously I knew he was gay and I studied art history, so I knew a bit about Andy Warhol, but no. But anyway, that is very interesting. It's very interesting to watch that documentary and how it really was something. He couldn't talk about it really openly. It was a different time. And to the idea of a man, he obviously wasn't heterosexual, but heterosexual who would be accused of being gay was just like the ultimate, like, terrible.
It's really terrifying.
Yeah, I remember my friends, like male friends, they would joke about all sorts of, jokes about homophobic jokes. It was very
people
common.
still said, like, that's gay, you're so gay.
Oh, yeah.
Like 10 years ago, people are still saying that shit.
Still say it.
But it's like we're just getting out of this being
Right.
like, maybe that's actually not okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's we're progressing, darling, but
yes, we got a
not
long way to
fast
go.
enough,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I mean, no, you have not ever worried that people thought you're gay. I always knew I was a little gay, so I wasn't gonna care.
No,
Didn't really care about
I
it.
can't see how I would worry about it I can't see how it would bother me even though I did. But no, I don't think it. I have had a single person I've ever encountered in my
You're
life.
an
who's ever
adorable little straight woman, and
thought
that's
that
all
about
right.
me. Yeah, well, there we go. Yeah, but yeah. That's the answer to that.
You ready for the next one, Mel?
Uh-huh.
Do you watch gay porn if you're not gay?
Well,
Okay. 7% said gay porn only. They're only watching gay porn.
7%.
7%.
Depends that whether it's men or women responding.
It's probably only men. 68% said never watch it. Okay. 18% said if the mood strikes. And then 7% said no porn ever.
Well, they're lying.
Yeah, fuck off, right? It's like, you don't have to lie to me, sweetie. This is anonymous.
Well, it's a good point, isn't it? I think it's very different if you're talking about gay porn for women and for men. And
Yeah.
of course, the kind of traditional women's lesbian porn that men and women watched was obviously not real female gay porn.
Yeah.
But many heterosexual women watch that, and that's largely to do with the fact that the men in porn are hideous, and so
Yeah.
it's frightening. I
wouldn't say all
Of
men in
course
porn
they
are
do.
hideous.
Where do they drum them up? Maybe, I mean,
They all got really good dicks, though.
well, yeah, I don't know, but I
And
mean,
that's all you care about. You're not looking at the face.
male porn.
Gay
just-
porn, though, guys in gay porn are hot.
Yeah, but that's a relatively new thing, and them being very, very mask, if you like,
Right.
and
Well, they're definitely, like, they have great bodies.
yeah, and that there are a lot more straight men watching male gay porn, and
Right.
also a lot of straight women watching it.
Yeah.
And also, I'm surprised a lot of lesbian women watch gay porn, male gay porn, which I find kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I don't watch it all the time. Yeah, I'm if the mood strikes person. I'm not watching full gay porn. There has to be a girl in there.
It's not my bag, I have to be honest with you.
I did start with, I mean, gay porn is also lesbian porn. You know,
Of
you can
course
put
it
that
is.
in
That's
there,
what
right?
I'm saying, yeah.
I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
I
but
wouldn't-
that's more accepted.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's acceptable for men and for women.
Mm.
Whereas male gay porn, I think that's a new thing
Mm.
because I think it was very much in the domain of everyone thought it was for gay people. I know that sounds a bit weird, but now it's changed a lot. And a lot of men watch it secretly.
Yeah.
But I think I have a theory about that.
Yes, darling.
And my theory is that it's much more kind of authentically male, as in they're a little bit more, not rough, but they're more, it's not a woman. So the interaction is different. A bit
Dirty,
more, yeah.
it's sexy,
Yeah,
it's
a bit
hard.
more-
it's...
That's exactly it. You've put it. That's exactly it. And
I wasn't
thought-
going
and
to subject you to those words.
I think
Mel.
that's what straight men are watching.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, I'm going off on one now, and is that men watch penises in regular porn. So what's the problem in two penises together?
There's
if you get
too
my
many
drift?
penises.
It's a lot of penises.
It's just too much dick. You need a little pussy in there somewhere.
But I'm going to give you a fascinating fact
Go ahead.
about gay porn.
I love that.
There's this company in the UK that's quite a famous. They make gay porn and like different kinds of gay porn, but the sort of mainstream stuff. And they sell a lot of it on DVDs. Do you even know what a DVD is?
I do. Your daughters might not.
Yeah, but the reason is because they sell it to straight men
And they
who
don't
want a digital imprint of them watching. And I won't mention who, because I know this, who the company is. And they sell the DVD specifically to straight men,
Wow.
so that they don't have any digital record of them watching that.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting? But they sell tons of them.
I just
think
can't
that's
believe it. Like,
so interesting to
because
me.
these men can get free porn, whatever the fuck they want.
Well, I don't get it, but I guess if anybody, I don't know, is it a hang up? It's a hang up.
It has to be.
Somehow, if it's not in your,
Because I feel like a DVD is even more proof. You went out of your way.
yeah, but the point is, you play it and then you could burn it or whatever. Your digital imprint,
That's
that there,
so
even if you
funny.
sort of got rid of your history or whatever, I guess in some theory, somehow
Someone's going to
or
find it.
You've got to subscribe. I don't know the bollocks behind it.
That's
the bollocks.
amazing.
That's funny. The bollocks, because bollocks
Well.
are bollocks. Yeah. Anyway, but anyway, there is a fun fact for you.
I love that fact.
Yeah,
Thank you for that, Mel.
that's all right.
Okay. This one might be interesting for
Okay.
you.
Me.
Would you care if your kids were gay? Okay. 19% said definitely wouldn't like it.
Definitely wouldn't like it.
4% said I'd prefer it. 69% said I wouldn't care. And 8% said I'm not sure.
So how many said I wouldn't like it?
I Sorry, 19% said definitely wouldn't like it,
Wow.
which is a lot.
That's surprising.
Because I don't know if I've spoken with you about this. I think I have. I am one of those people that people think I'm lying about this. I swear to God, I would prefer it. I would love a gay son or a lesbian daughter. I'd way rather them be fucking gay and not have to worry about them getting pregnant or like, I don't fucking know. Straight people are so fucking weird, you know?
They are a bit, to be fair. Yes. I'm
But yeah.
actually shocked because, you know, you as a young person
Yes.
yourself, supposedly young people are answering this. So that's
Yeah.
a bit shocking, isn't it?
I know.
I mean, that shocks me. I think to myself, hang on a minute, what's going on?
I know.
I bet do you think it's men who
Yeah,
said
it
that?
definitely is.
Hmm.
But it's just like you can't have a child if you actually care what they're going to be. Like,
of course not.
that's not the point of you having a kid.
Absolutely not.
This little thing is going to do whatever it's going to do.
Well,
You
I
don't
mean,
have control over it.
a lot of parents make the mistake of sort of having this whole sort of thing imagined, this whole
Yes.
sort of history, this whole story, if you
Mhm.
like, often living something they didn't manage to do or something like that. And then they have this whole idea of them, you know, and you're gonna be granny and grandpa and you're gonna have these little baby whatever.
Yeah.
And you're you know, no, I'm sorry. Everyone's life is their life.
Yeah.
And they're your child and that's the end of it.
Yes.
You know,
I know.
yeah, no.
I know. I don't get it. I think these people, I don't know if they have children or not, but I think you just gotta let it go, darlings. You gotta let it go. You gotta let people be people. You gotta get like kids
Of
find
course you have.
themselves, and they're gonna be happier. You're gonna be happier if you just let everyone like be a free person.
Of course. I mean, it's you
Way
are,
less stressful.
I mean, and in all honesty, even if you have a problem with it and you object, what is the point in objecting?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it may not be your preference,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. So I don't actually see, you know, the point. And I know stories of people who get very upset and they try or they disown people or awful things like that. And you're just like, well, what is that supposed to achieve? I just don't
Because these
understand.
people are so ridiculous. They think being gay is a choice,
Yeah,
and that's like, you know, people are born this way.
of course they are.
Like, there's no other way to say it. And then if it was a choice, what does that say for you as a parent?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
It's like, what is the cycle?
And I think a lot of people also have a very twisted belief that anybody who is not heterosexual, there's a certain, you know, people with very, let's say, bigoted, very old fashioned, whatever you want to call it, ideas that feel that it's some kind of perversion,
Yeah.
which I find kind of interesting because I think most perverts are straight people, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like what?
Do you think your surroundings make you gay?
No. Obviously not.
Okay.
How can anybody believe that? Does
Okay.
somebody say yes?
Okay, here you go. Okay, right. Ready? 47% said no, you're born gay. Okay. 47% said yes, they can.
What?
And 6% said depends. Okay, so I'm actually going to share. I had a follower
Mm-hmm.
message me about this particular poll.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
obviously not going to call him out, but I'm going to just say what he said. So he says, not sure about this. When I think about people in prison, like you said, Mel,
Mm-hmm.
that have homosexual relationships that never thought they would. Again, I don't think, you know, this is someone who's not like on the straight gay binary.
Mhm.
Like they don't really believe or care about that. But they say there is a difference between seeking long-term homosexual relationships and homosexual encounters.
Seeking homosexual. Yeah.
So
There's
it's
a
like,
difference.
but
There is a difference.
But then it's like that prison, like we're talking about, is in your surroundings. So it's not making you gay, obviously.
of course not. That's
But-
because if you're never going to get out of prison
Yeah.
and you want to have sex, well, you basically have to
You have to figure out, especially as, I mean, obviously women in
figure
prison
something else out.
do it too. But yeah, men, as we talked about in our
Yeah.
last podcast,
Yes.
about how the men just got to get the swims out.
Exactly, they got to swim. So it's not about surroundings. It's like saying, if a heterosexual man who had no homosexual feelings at all watched a gay porn movie, or had a gay friend, or a gay friend undressed in front of him, or something ludicrous like that he'd become gay. I mean, it's just bananas.
No,
of course he doesn't.
It's ridiculous.
Or like you'd hear this a lot, or certainly I heard this a lot when I was younger, like my friends, male friends, who'd be like, if they were playing sports or whatever, they'd be terrified, like male changing room, if they're playing sort of, well, in England it'd be rugby or whatever, and the communal showers, right? And
Yeah.
if one of those guys were gay, and you're like, what? Because they'd fancy you.
Exactly.
Because it's just so ridiculous that you think that either that's going to happen, or that because you see something, it's like, I don't know. If I watch lesbian porn, it's not going to make me a lesbian. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like if you watch, I'm trying to think of something now.
Well, it's like if you have gay parents, you're not going to turn out gay.
Yeah.
If you're adopted from two loving gay parents, whether they be lesbian or gay or whatever the fuck, you're not gonna fucking be gay.
Well,
you might be.
It'd be like me saying, okay,
it's not because of your parents.
Had, baguette for breakfast every day, I could say I'm going to become French.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not.
Wow. Okay, Mel, I have a fun one for you. Okay. Would you rather take it in the behind or give oral sex to the same sex?
Take it in the behind.
Yeah, baby. 38% said take it in the behind. They're with you.
Yeah.
But 62% said give oral to the same sex. You wouldn't want to give a little,
No,
like
not
a little
really.
pussy? It's
No.
not your bag.
It's not my bag. I'm not really into fishy things, really.
Oh my God.
I'm joking.
We're not all fishy,
Salty.
darling.
Salty.
But
Salty,
delicious.
Salty and delicious.
Salty and delicious.
No, that was a joke. Yeah. No.
You'd rather take it in the behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, penetration's pretty good, I guess.
Mm.
Okay. Paul, do you support gay marriage?
Of course.
Obviously, we do. We do. Obviously. Okay, ready? Of course, always love is love, 79% said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 16% said, don't see the big deal, which is like, okay. And then 5% said, not sure.
Not sure. What are they not sure about?
They're not sure about it.
I find that hard. What do you mean you're not sure?
Okay, here's
It's a
the
simple
thing.
question, isn't it?
Here's the thing, okay? As a person who is unsure about marriage in general,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to be like, this is something that we all need. Because I don't think we need it in a society in general. But as someone who understands the idea that equality is very important and like you should, if straight people have something and you're not going to give that same right to a gay person or a gay couple or whatever that is, of two legal, people, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what the big deal is.
I don't fucking just
like I said, it is
who
hard
fucking
enough
cares?
to find
Like who
love,
fucking cares? Why can't we do it?
real
Yeah.
love.
Exactly.
Somebody really genuinely loves you. Who are you to judge that person because it isn't perhaps the person you think they should be loving? Do you see what I mean? I
Yes.
don't get that. I just think if you found love, good for you. And that's actually what I think every time I see, like in Toronto, it's much more demonstrative. You see gay couples holding hands and so on. And I always think about that. I always think, how nice, you found love, you found
Yes.
somebody. And that's really nice because love is hard and challenging. And who am I to tell you that you shouldn't love that person? I love
Exactly.
somebody. So you shouldn't tell me to not love who I love. So I'm not going to tell you who you should love.
Exactly.
Is the way I feel. But I know some people get very, or they, I've heard, they shall remain nameless, who said things like, oh, they, as if they're like these aliens, shouldn't do that. And you're like, if somebody's holding hands or on a bench and holding hands or canoodling
Oh, I love a canoodle.
What? I'm sorry, we're not in Amsterdam with a full sex show. I mean, relax. People are holding hands like adults do. They're having a kiss and a cuddle. What? They're not kissing and cuddling you. So
What the
is
fuck
your
is your problem?
And they probably wouldn't want to anyway.
You can probably look the fuck
So-
away.
So
This isn't your space. This isn't all your space.
But I remember, I think we had a conversation with somebody about this, and I remember a guy actually years ago who used to work for me, who was gay, and he said that he would still get, and he was much younger than me, and he would say, I'd get people looking at me if I was, holding my husband's hand and stuff like that, and just holding hands, because I know a lot of gay people are still, even young people are very conscious about kissing public and stuff like that, because people give them dirty looks, and it's just
Well, even like my lesbian friends will get harassed by men if they're holding
somebody
hands.
told us that once.
Yeah, I think I told you that once.
Yeah.
I might have said it
Chased away
as well.
or something horrible.
Well, they're just like,
happened.
they get chased down being like, I bet you're not actually a lesbian. I bet you just need a real dick or something
Something
gross
charming
shit
like
like that.
that.
Yeah, just a little delicious.
And to me, I always think we live in Toronto, which is probably the most liberal place on the planet.
We just got rated one of the most sexually liberated cities in the world.
And I would say, as a foreigner myself, as an outsider now, an insider,
Yes.
because I'm now Canadian, I would say it is very, very tolerant, very liberal, but there are still problems.
Of course.
And you think to yourself, wow, that there are still people who have issues. But there are cultural issues. Sometimes there are religious issues, and there are a lot of different cultures in Toronto. And for some cultures, it's a very difficult thing to get the head around. And, I don't know. Well, they better just try and get the head around it.
Yeah,
really.
fuck them. But just be a little more tolerant. Just be a little bit more
think so.
friendly. Like,
if you live in a city
who
like
fucking
this,
cares?
there's so much diversity.
Yeah.
That diversity isn't just about where you came from. It's diversity in all sorts
And
of
just
things.
accepting everyone for who they goddamn are.
Yeah. Let everyone live peacefully, happily, and love each other.
Exactly.
That's what I would like.
That's beautiful, Mel.
Thanks.
You're such an ally.
I am.
We love you so much.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, I believe it from the heart. I really do. I always have. And I just wish there was more love in the world.
Well, if there's any young queer people struggling, or their parents maybe are not as accepting as they wish they would be, and we wish they would be, Mel is going to be here. She can be your little surrogate mother,
I can.
your surrogate gay mummy.
A surrogate gay mummy. No, but I honestly, if you do have any stories to sell,
Share.
What am I
Jesus,
saying?
sell your stories to us, please.
It's been
we
a
will
long
buy
day.
them.
It's been a long day. I've spent a long time with the dentist. I can barely speak. If you have a story to share, and I understand that it could be quite a difficult one, please, please feel free to. And if you want us to comment, if it helps, I'm
We're gonna be here for you.
very, very happy to listen to any of those stories. And I'm really desperately sorry that if you are in a situation where it's hard to share it. And
It's not always easy.
I'll share my love.
Being in the queer community is really hard, and you never know who you can trust.
Oh yeah, I can
So
believe it.
It's a very interesting place to be, because you, as someone who has been bi her whole life,
Mhm.
it's something that I've just known about myself forever.
Yeah.
And it's always a very interesting thing when people just are confused about it, especially in this day and age. So if you guys want to feel like you can come out to us, trust us, we'll be here for you.
We will. And on that note,
We love ya.
we love you and happy
Pride.
Pride
Woo!
Month.
Month.
And forever, really.
Forever. Except, no, just kidding. You only get this month to be happy.
And then you're miserable.
And then the conservatives will take your rainbows away.
Okay.
We love you guys.
We love you.
We love
Till
ya.
next time. Thanks for listening.
Let's go get drunk.
Excellent. Thanks so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast and follow us on social at Sharing My Truth Pod, and leave us a voicemail on our website at sharingmytruth.com to share your stories and experiences with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye!